How's it going, y'all? And welcome to the Morning Vibe. Welcome to the podcast channel. And for those of you that are coming over from the Cameron Ron channel, thank you guys so much. We truly appreciate each and every one of you guys being here with us each and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. That is our goal here on the Morning Vibe. We plan to upload a podcast for you guys each and every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time. For your listening pleasure, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube right now, we are working to get this on to other platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, all those places that you listen to your podcast. But for now, all you got to do is turn YouTube on your phone, let it run through your car radio if you're on your morning drive to work, and it will work just fine. Now, on this podcast, we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We will be talking about some of the outdoor stuff that we talk about over on the CMR channel. But we're also going to be talking about friendships. We're going to be talking about fun. We're going to be talking about life, how to become a better person, how to become a better content creator. And hopefully one morning something will ring true and it will touch you and it will help you become a better person or improve the person that you already are. That's our goal. We just want everybody to be happy and we want to make somebody smile each and every day. Now that brings us to today's topic. And that is, it's one very near and dear to my heart. I'm going to be honest with you guys. And today I want to talk to you guys about the people you surround yourself with in your daily life. Now, I'm not talking about when you go to a conference or a motivation speech or something like that. Those are great, right? You go out to those and you're gonna walk away feeling empowered. You're gonna walk away from those feeling brand new. If you've ever done one of those, if you've ever done a conference or a motivational speaker or something like that, remember how you felt when you walked out of that. Why not feel like that every single day? And if you surround yourself with the right people, with a team around you that gives you that empowerment, you're going to walk out of every room feeling that way. Now, a couple things. One, everybody thinks that you have to surround yourself with uber successful people. And that's very, very important. It's definitely important to have successful people in your life to provide a roadmap and to guide you down the path that you want to go or you wish you were on or whatever. But you make your own way. So it's okay to be there for other people as well that are up and coming. And I think that's something that gets lost in content creation a lot. We see people that move from the lower like platforms, whatever you want to call it, whether, where you're getting 50 views. Like this channel right now is a brand new channel. I think the first video got like 40 views or whatever, which is way less than what we get over on our main channel. But I understand how the process works. So I don't consider that a failure. I mean, we picked up a lot of subscribers on day one. We got a few views, and hopefully each and every video will help to build on that. So, but what the problem is so many people, when they move from that lower echelon of views, subscribers, whatever, they forget to look back and help the people that are behind them. If you're a country music fan, Tim McGraw came out with a song, I don't know, several years ago. I don't remember when it was. And the song's called Humble and Kind. Great song. But one of the lines in there, it always hit home for me. And it basically says, when you find success, don't forget to turn around and help the next one in line. And that is so, so important. So you don't always have to forget about the people that didn't maybe rise as fast as you or something like that. Make sure you're there for them, like the people that were ahead of you were there for you. Now, as far as having successful people in your life, so important. So important. Guys, the people you surround yourself with on a daily basis, it's going to completely affect how you live your life mentally, physically, and financially, and spiritually. All four of those things are going to be majorly impacted by the people that you have around you. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the people that you may need to remove from your life. And I know that's a tough subject to bring up. I get it. Like nobody wants to talk about removing anybody from their life. But if you have someone in your life who is negative or has a negative impact on you, I don't want to say negative because there are negative people out there who serve their purpose. I'm not saying that. But if they are having a significant negative impact on you or your lifestyle, you have to remove them from your life. And that's that person that's always, you can't do this. This will never work. They never clap for you when you're up. They're never there for you when you're down. It's usually mostly like a 95% take, not about 5% give, if that. And what I mean by that is if you're doing something that's benefiting them, they will be there no matter what. Every time that you're doing something that's going to somehow benefit them, they're going to be there. But the second that you need them to do something for you that's going to benefit you and maybe not have anything to do with them, they're not there. They're gone. That is a person that's having a negative impact on your life. They're taking your time consistently, and they're never reciprocating that energy that you give to them. And everybody's got somebody like that, or have had, maybe not now, but everybody's got somebody like that in their life, or has had someone like that in their life that just, it sucks the energy out of you. And it's terrible. It's a terrible place to be. I mean, not recently, but when I was younger, I had friends that were, we were on different wavelengths as far as like where we were going with our lives. And it's tough to walk away from those friends, and you don't have to shun them, but it's just not somebody, in my opinion, that you should be spending all of your time with. You need to be surrounding yourself with people that are going to have a positive impact on what you're trying to do. If you get into a funk, or you get into a place, and this is not just content creation, this is anything. This is no matter what you're doing with your life, you need people around you that's going to pick you up when you're down, as you should be doing for everyone else. It's one of those things where they say marriage is 50-50, right? You hear that all the time. Marriage is a 50-50 split. That's not true. Not always. I mean, Sarah and I have been married for 20 years. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to marriage. Marriage isn't always 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30. And what I mean by that is sometimes I'm in a funk and I'm down, and it's like I'm probably only carrying about 30% of our workload. But Sarah is such an amazing wife that she will step up and she'll carry that 70%. And then in a day or two, we'll get balanced out and we'll go 50-50 again. But then the next week she might be in a funk, and it might flip, and I might have to do 70-30. And what I mean by saying that is you have to surround yourself with people that are willing to pick you up when those downtimes come, because they're going to, whether it be in life, whether it be in work, it just doesn't matter. There's going to be times when you're going to experience a rough patch, or you're going to need guidance, or you're going to need someone to pick you up and send you in a different direction. And it's so important that you've got steadily available people to do that. And it's also important that you are steadily available for other people. This is a two-way street. This is not something where I'm telling you guys, oh, go out and mooch off everybody and have positive people in your life, but it's okay for you to be negative all the time. No, that's not how this works. You have got to recognize when people around you need space, need encouragement. It's so important to pick up on those things, because then in turn, they're always going to want to do that for you if you're around the right people. So it's one of those deals where you push forward, things will get you down, but make sure you've surrounded yourself with positive, impactful people, not negative, impactful people, because those negative, impactful people they're literally an anchor around your neck. You hear about toxic relationships and toxic people, and that's so true. You never want to get yourself caught up in a situation where you're in a toxic relationship, whether it be romantically or business or, friendship. Toxic relationships can come in all forms. It's not just like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. You can be in toxic business relationships. You can be in toxic friendships. And a lot of times that's not how they start. They start off as, a positive note, and then it becomes something different. And it's okay to outgrow people. That's, it's terrible and it sucks. I mean, I've got friends in my life that I've been with, as far as being friends with, for 20 years. I've never outgrown them, but that circle is super, super small. And the reason that circle is so small is because when you're 25 years old, you're probably not around the same people that you're going to be around when you're 30, 35. You're definitely, if you're in high school right now, you're definitely not around the same group of people. Now, there will be one or two, don't get me wrong. I've got lifelong friends that I was friends with in high school, but the core group of people that I was hanging around when I was 18 years old is not the core group of people that I'm hanging around now. Now, some of them have rotated out and drifted back and in and out and different things like that, for sure. But you're just not in the same place day to day, especially decade to decade, if that makes sense. So it's okay to move forward. And if those people are willing to come with you and be successful, drag them along for the ride. And vice versa. Don't be scared to, if you see somebody that is in your core group and they're moving away, they're they're becoming more successful than the group, don't be scared to ask them, hey, what are your keys to success right now? I want to be able to be successful. I want to be able to follow in this path. Can we have a coffee? Can you explain to me exactly what you're doing that is helping you to move forward? I almost promise you those people are going to be willing to share information with you because they don't want to outgrow their friends, just like you don't want to outgrow your friends. A good friend will 100% want you to be there with them as they move forward and as they materialize into something better, something bigger, something different. The next thing is, and when you talk about people that are around you on a consistent basis, family's obviously important. You're with your family all the time. You need supportive family. I've talked about on our other channel all the time that if I didn't have the support system that I have in my wife, it would be very, very difficult to do what we do on a day-to-day basis. So having a family support system is huge. Having a friend support system is also equally as important because they have to understand that, there might be a night where you can't make something because you have to get a video done or because you have to tend to business elsewhere. And that's important for them to understand, just like it should be important for you to understand. If your friends call you and they're like, hey man, we're going out to the bar tonight, or we're going to play bingo at the house, or whatever the situation may be that you guys are doing, and that person says, man, I'd love to, I can't be there tonight because I've got something for work, super important, I've got to get it done. The next words out of your mouth should be, man, I totally understand that, I'd love to catch you next time. Or is there a time that works better for you later this week? Any of those conversations is going to be okay. What you don't want to do is be the person that's like, man, you never hang out anymore. I don't understand. We used to hang out all the time and now you don't. You have to understand the growth cycle of life just in general, and that people aren't always available like they were maybe a week ago, maybe a month ago, maybe a year ago. And you have to make sure that you're growing with that person and that you're very understanding of that. And it's so important on a scale of making sure that people are there for you and that you're there for other people. Another thing, and I'll touch on this real quick, I don't want to make these morning vibe episodes too long. I'm trying to keep them under 15 minutes, y'all. That's my goal. I want to keep all these videos under 15 minutes. So, which could be hard if you guys are new here to this channel or you know me from the Cameraman Ron channel. I'm a little long-winded sometimes. But I am going to try to keep each of these episodes in under 15 minutes. But the last thing I want to touch on as far as surrounding yourself with the right people. So many times you hear people say, don't be the biggest person in the room. And I will 110% second that. In my opinion, whether it be professionally, whether it be in a friendship situation, you never want to be the biggest person in the room, because at that point you've outgrown that room. You need to move on, because it's really, really tough to be pushed, to become motivated, and to find a new path if you're the biggest person in the room and everybody there is looking to you. You have got to find a bigger room. And I know that sounds crazy because you might have worked really hard to get to where you're at, whether it be a social media influencer or whatever it is, but there's always somebody bigger and better. Which means there's always knowledge to be had. So if you are willing to step out of your comfort zone and move from maybe the biggest person into the room to the smallest person in the room, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing to move into a room, because that means you found a circle of people that are either more successful or have more knowledge. Knowledge is a powerful thing. I almost got that all mixed up this morning. It is a little bit early. I am shooting this at about 6 a.m. this morning. So, but it's so important to understand the power of the knowledge that you can gain from the people around you. And it might seem like it has nothing to do. So if you're a social media influencer, but you're in the room with a CEO of a Fortune 500 company or whatever, those two things seems like oil and water, right? It seems like they're nowhere close to each other. But I guarantee you, if it's a uber successful social media influencer and an uber successful CEO, they're going to have something that they can share with one another that's going to benefit the other one in some form or capacity. So make sure you're putting yourself in the situation that you are able to gain knowledge constantly from people who have found more success than you, or who have in some way like elevated themselves to another level. It's only going to benefit you. You might even find a way to benefit them. Guys, that's all I got for you this morning. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of The Morning Vibe. If you are new here to The Morning Vibe, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're going to be putting these videos out each and every day starting next week. This week might be a little sporadic because we're still trying to get all the channel art and all that kind of stuff done. But we will be posting consistently starting next Monday, which I believe is January the 16th. We'll be doing that on a consistent basis. So make sure you guys are notifications are turned on, liked, all the bells and whistles. You guys know what to do. Make sure you got those turned on. Thank y'all so much for being here. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning on The Morning Vibe.